There's just a little excitement on this week's episode of the Don't Die Rusty podcast because we have made it to 100. I've had a few goals to make it to 100. When I climbed Crow Peak 100 times, I know what it feels like to finally get to that end, to finally get to that goal. And did I think I'd get to 100? I was certainly not going to give up. It is just one of those crazy, crazy feelings to have 100 episodes. And in this episode, I want to say something. I just said Sierra when I was thanking people. I want to say Sierra Obler of Innovative Leadership because she's helped me a lot. So I wanted to correct that. And I have a lot of people to thank. And I want to thank all the guests, all you listeners, all you people out there that make the Don't Die Rusty podcast what it is, and all you listeners that live the Don't Die Rusty lifestyle. And that's about not giving up. It's about chasing your dreams. It's about being the best you every single day. And I enjoy every bit of this thing that we have going on. And I thank you all for being who you are. And if you would be so kind, give us a subscribe, a review, a share. Tell people about Don't Die Rusty. That would be very awesome. And I just want to say, I hope you enjoy this next episode. I kind of talked about episodes. I kind of talked about life. I kind of talked about Don't Die Rusty. And I just want you to know that this is because of you guys. This is because I want to be better and you make me better and we can all get better every day. So anyway, enjoy the next this episode of the Don't Die Rusty podcast when I talk about how it feels to be at 100 episodes. Hello, Don't Die Rusty Nation. 100! We made it to 100. 2 years ago, I didn't think it would be even possible to make it to 100, and now we're here. When you chase your dreams, it's pretty cool to finally get to these milestone goals. And before I really get in depth into this, I want to thank some people. First of all, I want to thank you, the listeners, and the guests especially, too, because you don't understand how much you have changed my life, and for the better, because every guest I've had on has twisted something in me that has made me just a little bit better, or have said something that I just never forget. But you guys are very important. But there's a few other people I want to thank for helping me get to this 100. And the first one I need to thank is Cindy. She has stood by me. She's gone with me. She's cheered me on. She's been that rock that I needed to have, because there are days that she knew that I was down and questioning myself, and she has stood by me and cheered me on in this endeavor, and so she's helped me endeavor to persevere, and I really, really have to say I appreciate everything my wife Cindy does for me. So thank you, Cindy. The next person I'd like to thank right here, right now, is I'd like to thank Ricky Bruley. He helped me get this started. He helped me get everything rolling, and he made this possible. I did my first podcast ever with Ricky, and it got the blood flowing. I always knew that I always wanted to do something like this. I just didn't know how to do it. And Ricky helped me get to that point, and he helped me get rolling. I have bought him out now, but his side. So, but you know what? I truly appreciate everything Ricky has done to help the Don't Die Rusty podcast become what it is. And we just keep on rolling and changing, and there's going to be a lot of things coming up that will keep on making Don't Die Rusty exciting. And there's a few more. Sierra, she's helped me with the website tremendously. I have to say thank you. I have to say Kelly Adams, she's helped me on the business side of things because I am a dumbass. I can admit that. And, the junk drawer and Spearfish has helped me get some of these clothing things going. And that's going to be coming up here real soon. The website will be going live hopefully by March 1st. So that's what I plan on doing. So those are some of the people that I really want to say thank you to. And then there's two others. Kelly Lovelace and Ashley Kurtenbach have been there, and we have had so many great conversations. And Kelly is another rock. He's another voice of, he's my voice from God. He's my voice that I hear and I look up to. And he brings that something, I don't know what it is. He brings that energy, but he also brings that wisdom that sometimes I forget. So, yeah. And then Ashley, of course, she brings her wisdom and her thoughts into most of our conversations when we have them, and we might discuss a few of these I might discuss a few of these, but they'll be on here a few more times, and we'll discuss that. I would like you to send a prayer to Kelly Lovelace because he's going through some cancer treatments at the moment, and I say a prayer every day on my walk when I go out, and just ask God to help his cancer treatment get better, and as well as pray for all of you too. But an extra prayer for Kelly would be great. What have I learned from the Don't Die Rusty podcast? I have learned that I can be better every day. I have learned that Don't Die Rusty isn't just 3 words, it's a way of life. And it's about keeping on, moving forward every day. And some days it's a one step at a time, but some days it's a leap and a jump and a scramble up a mountain. It's, and the mountain is metaphorical, of course, because everybody has their mountain. I climb mountains. But some days life feels like a mountain. So every day is a Don't Die Rusty kind of day. Do not let those demons beat you down. Keep moving forward. Keep dreaming. I I've learned this from all my guests. And there's always, everybody has a different story. Everybody talks differently. Everybody lives in different places. Everybody has something that experiences that have happened to them. And within these experiences, I've learned a little bit more about myself because we all have experiences, but how it affects us and how we can use use those experiences to affect everybody else. Now, that's why we do the things we do because, there is purpose in life. And this purpose that we find gives us direction. And I feel that Don't Die Rusty is my purpose. I feel that if I can help somebody every day, or if I can help somebody every day, that's what my purpose is. I still have dreams to chase. I still have things I want to do in life. I mean, I want Don't Die Rusty to be successful. I hope it keeps on growing. I really do. I would like to, and I'll put this out there if anybody listening would ever hear this, but I'd like to come and speak to people. I really would. I would like to get a book done. I would like to just keep moving forward because I think that my life experiences are like many others, but if I can help somebody understand that you're not alone and I keep moving on, keep thinking because you're special. I mean, where I'm trying to go with this is if I can show people that you're not alone and make them know that they are a special person, that's my goal in life. So I hope, everybody, like I said, we need to, you know, don't listen to the whispers that everybody seems to have, either whispers of jealousy or some opinion that they think they need to put out that you're not as good as you think you are. Don't listen to these. Chase your dreams. When no one understands or believes in you, keep moving forward because you know in your heart what you want to do. You know what keeps you moving forward. You know that this dream, if we listened to everybody's opinion, we would never get anywhere. You know that? We wouldn't. Because if I would have listened to everybody about Don't Die Rusty, I wouldn't be sitting here at number 100. And I am happy. This is just very, very, very cool to me to be at 100. So don't listen to those whispers. Keep moving forward. Because I always say, the devil will try to walk with you. But it's the choices you make when he's trying to walk with you that will pick you up or pull you down. And there are days, there are nights, there are times that I've walked and had so many things going through my head to give up. And I keep moving forward. I keep knocking it down. And I truly believe being a positive person, being a positive mind is a choice. And my choice every day is to come out and tell you that life is to be lived, to have energy. I want to give you something to think about every morning in my social media post. And I want to give you things to think about on the Don't Die Rusty podcast too. But never give up on yourself. Never. Never let the demons knock you down and take away these dreams. And it can come from other people. It can come from other things. Never let them knock you down because you know what you want and you know what the dreams are. It's the simple things in life that are the best. I keep on trying to find the simplest things to find peace, a flower, the smell in the air, the view every morning. It's simple to see a sunrise. It's simple to put on those clothes to go outside when it's cold and go for a walk and breathe. Because it's simple to breathe. We breathe in and out every day. It's simple to fill your heart full of love. Fill your heart full of passion. Fill your heart full of positiveness. It's simple. But do we do it? Do we make excuses? Yes. But it's simple to do. I mean, I've said it before in other podcasts that I watch people who see the little things. And the little things are simple. You know, a butterfly on a flower, or one on your hand, or wherever those butterflies are. And it's simple to be excited about life. We can't let the little things drag us down. And we can't let people drag us down either. Because I certainly wouldn't have been here if I would have listened to a lot of people. So we can't let these crazy people knock us down. We got to keep on dreaming, and we got to keep on chasing those dreams. And if those whispers turn into yelling, I'm not hearing you. I have selective hearing. So I'm not going to hear the naysayers. I'm not going to hear the haters. I'm not going to hear the people that are jealous, because that's not what Don't Die Rusty's about. Don't Die Rusty is about being the best you. And like I said before, the guests that I've had have made me a better person. And that's what all we're trying to do in life. You know, you know, uh, I, I, I get DMs, and I got one the other day that about made me, well, it did give me tears, because you don't know that how your words affect people. You don't know how your attitude affects people. And maybe I'll ask that person if I can put it on the website soon. But when you know you're making a positive impact on somebody, when you know that all is for good, that every day when you put forth a positive attitude, that maybe someone will be affected by it. That's the thing. And I know I'm repeating myself, but that's what it's about. You know, there are things I wrote down a few things, and you might have saw me with this yellow paper if you're watching this on YouTube, but I wrote down a few things of what I've learned in this podcast by doing the Don't Die Rusty podcast. And the first one I wanted to talk about was love. I have found a lot in myself after talking to people on this show about love. And there's 3 people, right? I'll probably everybody has talked about love and in their spouses or something like that, but there's a few that stood out with me. And Tommy and Dara Parker stood out with me, and they're in the like, I think they were episode 12 or 11 in there, and I was lucky enough to be in Salt Lake and had a long conversation with them. And I'm lucky enough to call them friend. That's the best thing. And I hope to be having them on for another episode. But I've had Dara on a couple times after that one. But Dara and Tommy, when I met them, and everybody thinks that Tommy is the story because of his military, he was blowing up and doesn't have all of his legs. He doesn't have some of his fingers, and he's just, he's hurt. And his positive attitude and what he went through is a story in itself. But the other story is the love that he had for Dara. The love that I've never seen such a good person in my life like Dara Parker. Dara is an amazing human being. And I know that she has made my life better with the thoughts of love. The love that she has for Tommy is amazing. And the love she has for people in the world. She is such a good person. And she taught me a lot, like I said. And I appreciate everything you need to sit and listen to their story. And then she also said, in another episode about the ripple effects of life. And we all need to know that we are that rock that is thrown into a lake and those ripples keep going. Do we want to be the good ripple or do we want to be the bad ripple? And that's where I want to be the good ripple. You know how they just start spreading out. So think about, how do you ripple? What ripple effect do you have on people? There's another powerful episode with Mina Bonhorst. And that is the most amazing love that I'm not a dad, so I don't have any kids, but Mina's love for her son was amazing, because to never give up on your son, to be walking in to the hospital to turn off the ventilators. I mean, she was going in and people are around because they were going to turn off the machines. And to walk in and say, we're not doing it today. To have all the little things that happened, from the purple Charger to the guy that looked like Richard Dreyfuss from Jaws. And to have that say something to you and say, you know what? We're not going to do this today, I believe. And then to have your son get better and be able to come home. And for people who gave up on him, and now he's enrolled at SDSU again, that is amazing. So that story and its love is the most amazing thing that I think people need to listen to. And like I said, when I get to talk to these people, it fills my heart. And I never want this heart to be empty. Never. And by having these conversations, I know it will never will. And another one was Brian Anderson, because, and we might talk a little bit about, well, we will, but Brian Anderson's love for his wife and his love for his dad, who passed away. I love that he got to be able to show his emotion. And I love talking to Brian. He's a wonderful human being and one of the nicest fellows you'll ever meet. But to be able to be open and honest about his dad, now that, and the feelings he had when he died, and to be open and honest about the feelings he has for his wife, now that is just the coolest thing in the world. And there's, like I said, there's so many other people, but that's the ones that really touched me at the moment. You have 100 episodes. You get to talk to so many people, and it's so good that, and like I said, everybody has touched me. I had the thought of life, but it's more about being the best you. That was going to be my next topic. So A recent episode would be Emily Hawgood, who wants to help just make this world a better place. She is the ultimate nice person. She is so kind and so generous. And and we can learn from people like that to make the world a better place, to try to help people across the finish line, is what she said. And if we can all do that, to all look at our family and say thank you for what you've done for me, or help those people that don't even, the ones that you need to help are the ones that won't ask, and the ones that are being tough. But when you start showing them that you can be kind and you can help them cross that finish line, that's the way to go. So that's where I want to see people. And Emily has showed me that maybe we just need to grab their hand and help them across. Jordan Harbison, he had some great thoughts about life and how to be a better person. And I'm so happy about that. Paul, he had some great talks about not giving up. And that's how we become the best person. Of course, probably one of the very interesting people that we had was Fiona Pierce. Fiona showed us not to give up on a situation. When she saved that boy's life, that had me in tears. But never give up. That's what, and after doing Fiona has got me thinking, which I got talking to Mike from Prep 'em Wild, Mike Gerst, and I've learned a little more first aid. So maybe if I have ever been in a situation or ever get in a situation where I can help somebody, I will. I've always thought I would run to the fire, but I just didn't know what I would do when I got there. So now we can run to the fire. Mike's given us a little knowledge in some of the episodes, and we can learn how to be a better person when we get there. How to help that person when we get there. Lindsay Ulrich, my gosh, she wasn't supposed to ever be able to run again, and actually, I saw yesterday she just won a race in California. What a wonderful thought. Lacey Singleton, Sloan, Brown, Frank, they showed us that you can forgive. Lacey could forgive her dad and teach people that you don't need alcohol. You don't need to be on any substance to to be better. Don't be on them. Believe in God and to be the best you. Sloan showed us how he had let the substances get to him and how he got away from them and how he found God. And that's a big deal when you give yourself up to God. Because Kelly and I have talked about this in a few episodes, and I have never felt so much peace when I finally gave in and said, "Here I am, God, take me for who I am." Because I it's like there was a release. There's like that inner peace that just came, it just kind of washed over me like a waterfall. So all three of them have shown me you don't need to. When I was younger, I partied, but I mean, that was a long time ago anyway, and I started getting smarter because I felt I was peeing out why pee out money is what I was thinking, where I can go on an adventure and do something good with my life. So I'm not saying I don't have an occasional adult beverage, but I'm saying I don't have to have it. Matt Stutzman, my God, after we talked to him, we went to the Olympics and the Paralympics and won the archery. And so we got to talk to a gold medalist at the Paralympics. My gosh. And now he is drag racing anyway. How can you do that with no arms? And he's doing it well. He's just the most amazing guy and nicest person you will meet too, because he is just all about it and he is so good. The one thing that I was really, really wanted to talk about when we started doing the Don't Die Rusty podcast, but the one topic I really needed to get out was mortality. Because with my mom dying, I needed a release. And with that release, I talked about 24 hours to live, and then I had a few other talks about mortality, but the 24 hours to live with Kelly, Ashley, and Ricky, that one I needed because I found after thinking about my mom dying and my own mortality, the people around myself who aren't going to be here forever, we need to start living. And I've always wore a shirt. Actually, I think I have it on right now that says, "Every man dies, not every man lives." And I always said that as a mantra, but I didn't understand it. And then after people in my life started dying, because like I had a friend die a couple weeks ago, and other people are dying around us now. And Gus McCrae said it too. It ain't dying I'm talking about, it's living. And Don't Die Rusty's about living. Living every day to its fullest. And there are days that we're going to be tired. There are days that we aren't going to be our best selves, but we can always be better tomorrow. We can always be better than the next day. We aren't guaranteed tomorrow, but we always can be better than yesterday. How about that? We can always be better than yesterday. That's what Don't Die Rusty's about. Mind, body, soul. Be better than yesterday. And I think there are people out there that need to learn that money or position or whatever else isn't as important as family and adventure, life, time. We take so much time away from those people that are important to us because why? Because we're listening to the whispers that say we're successful or not. I'm not listening to the whispers. I know where I'm successful inside. And I'm not going to let my family, I'm not going to let Cindy have any thought that I didn't give her 100%. Like I said, she backs me on the Don't Die Rusty part, but I will never let her have that. because family is important. I will take the time to go do something with her because it's important. I will make the time or think of the adventure that I can go do with her. Now, I might go do things, well, I do. I go do things on my own. But every day, I'm going to have an adventure with her. Somehow, you need to take the time, whether it's a half hour, whether an hour, whether whatever it is. But you need to let that person know that's the most important in your life, that you love them. So that's where mortality is. Because I don't want her, I don't want Cindy to not know how I feel every day. And some people say, well, you just say it to say it. No, I don't. I say I love you to her every day. I say, you're the best. I say a lot of things to say, if I'm on my way to work and I was in a car wreck and you didn't hear that from me that day, what would you think? I want her to know that I love her every day. I do. And I hope that everybody else wants that special person in their life to know how they feel every day. Because I was told, and I believe this, it's not the last conversation you have. It's the culmination of the conversations that you have in life. And that's where I am. That's where I became peaceful. Because I didn't know what happened at my mom's. If my mom heard me in my last conversation with her. She was morphined up and I didn't know. And then a smart person told me it's not that. Last conversation is the culmination. And I'm thankful. So I have to thank Kelly and Ashley for helping me through the hard times. Also, Reese Schweigert was on and we talked about suicide. And that's another one that's hit me harder than I thought it would. But I have friends that, I have a friend that committed suicide. I have others I've known. If you ever need anybody to call, please call me, text me, message me if you don't have my number. Because another thing is, when I just got done telling you about your wife or your special person, telling them how you feel every day, don't feel that you have nothing. You have someone to call and you're special and you're worth it. This world needs you. Don't ever think that this world would be better without you, because it wouldn't. So I thank Reese for that one. Adventure. We'll get to some fun stuff here. Adventure. Well, Dan Barks at 76, climbing mountains. What a wonderful guy. My gosh, he gave me energy, and I hope I'm as active as him as at 76. That is something that is amazing. Climbing mountains and living a life of health. We're getting into the health one here pretty soon, but living this life. Kyle Craft, Baja racer. He was the champion last year at Navigator. It is amazing watching him just become, I mean, it is amazing to watch Kyle in his successes. And I am very happy for them. I am. Because there is no jealousy in success. I cheer on every single guest. I cheer on everyone because Jocko, no, it wasn't Jocko. It was Ryan Holiday wrote, "Ego is the enemy." And I believe that. I believe if you can't be happy for the person or people around you, the people in your circle, the people in your tight circle for sure, then why are you friends? Why are you not cheering on the people in your circle? Why do you envy them? You shouldn't. And I don't envy anybody in that aspect because I will cheer you on and I will smile and I will hope every day for your successes. I will. Health-wise, now this is a good one too. I talked to Dr. Jensen. I talked to Melissa Aberley. I talked to Janet Grove. And I've talked to Jerry Norton. The two that have helped me at the moment are Dr. Jensen and Melissa Aberley, because Melissa has taught me a lot about functional medicine that I needed to know. Well, all of them have helped me. And I have never felt better. I'm 58 and I feel good. I have 2 torn meniscus. I have arthritis in my knees, and I don't have pain at the moment. I'm not saying I don't feel my knees, but I don't have pain. And my body feels good. I have energy. And I think I attribute that to Dr. Jensen and Melissa, because without them, I don't know, how I would be, because I was lethargic. I was not in a good place. And it's really helped me. And Janet has given me good advice on brain health. And I think everybody would need to go see her. If you have a brain issue and need some help, I would give her a call. Jerry Norton, we talked about, being in a brain health there too. And I think that this is it's a never-ending thing to have the best possible outcome with your brain. There's 2 things that I hope never go. Well, 3 things. I hope my body, I know I'll start slowing down. I hope I can keep it as healthy as possible for as long as I can. I hope cognitively my brain never goes too far, so I forget who people are. Number 3 is I never want to lose my eyes. So I do the best I can there too. But being at 100, I want to thank every one of these people that I've talked about. Like I said, for health-wise, Melissa, Ray, and Janet have helped me out a ton, and I think if you would listen to these episodes with these people and just check them out, and if you have a question, you're going to study. I don't think people study some days, and that's kind of my problem. I have all these books and I keep on trying to be the best me, but we need to learn how to be the best us, and conversation is one of those things. I'll tell you a book to read or whatever, suggest one. I shouldn't say tell, suggest. And I think that that's how I've learned. Is I've always I've always wanted to learn from someone that suggests something, a book. I listen to a lot of music. They give me some thought. But learning is an everyday experience. If you think you're the shit, then you probably are in a bad way. Because I never think I'm better than anybody else. I think that I'm better than me yet than yesterday. Because when you start thinking you're better than somebody else and not cheering other people on, what are you? Egotistical? Arrogant? An ass? Is that what you want to be in this world? Is that how you want to be remembered? Because I think about that stuff. And it's not an ego thing about how I want to be remembered in life, but I want people to truly understand that I was trying to help everybody out that I could. And I think we can do that. But I want to be somebody. I want somebody to aspire to be like me. I want to inspire people. And this isn't egotistical. It means that you have done a good job in life. Because I see the so-called successful people financially. I see the successful people that make big sales or do other things that aren't successful to me. And I would never aspire to be like them. You know why? Because they're taking that time away from their family. They're taking that time away from their dreams. They're getting older and they're not living life. Yeah, they might have the notoriety and some financial success, but they don't have the home success because I've seen it. That's what I want, is to be inspirational as well as aspirational, because like I said, I don't aspire to be like them. I never will. Life is way too short to worry about the little things. Life is way too short when, 18 years feels like it's a lifetime when you're young. But 18 years goes by pretty fast when I talk to people that have kids. And for you to take time, for a person to take time away from those moments and not understand the impact that you're making on your kids because you are working and can't go to a game. You are working and can't take that time out with your kid. You will go do the things that you want to do and encourage the kids to go do, but you won't go do the things the kid wants to do, if you understand what I'm saying. Because I know people that aren't interested in some things, but they'll go do the things that they're interested with their kids. Now, I think the hardest thing, I wrote this down, and what is it? The loneliest thing in this world, some days, is trying to be yourself, trying to be the authentic you. Because I have so many different interests. I can hunt. And I love that. I love that adventure. I love to read a good book. I love to watch sports. I'd go to a play. I'm trying to give you all kinds of different things. I'd not just one niche. I want to be many. I never, ever, ever want to be labeled. Because when you are labeled, you put in the niche and then that's what all you're ever going to be. And I never want to be in that, be labeled. Because I think it hinders you. And I know people that are labeled. So the things I really want to express before I get gone here is take the time for people. I'll tell you one of my pet peeves. I call somebody. They don't answer. I leave a message. A month later, 3 days later, 4 days later, they call me back. I text you and don't get a text back. Those are the things that I question. Should I text back if you text me back finally? Or call? Answer? Was I that important to you that you couldn't answer your phone or give me a call when you have time? Because that's the one thing in this world that really hurts is if you'll take only the time to be with a person or call a person because you want or need something, or not just because you thought of them. So, I am so happy to have the 100th episode of the Don't Die Rusty podcast. I have some cool guests coming up, some inspirational stories, some health, some just some cool people. And I thank you guys for listening and helping me get to the 100th. Now, here's what I'd like, if you would. Please share. Please give me a review. Please subscribe. Follow me on social media because I try to put out something positive every day. And if you like that, you'll see a sunrise. You'll see me talking every once in a while. You'll see something else. You never know what you might see every day, but I try to put out that positive, thoughtful message every day. So talk your friends into following me, Rick Hanson, and Don't Die Rusty on social media. So, and my best life is doing this. My best life is having those wonderful people around me that keep on making me better. My best life is my wife. So, anyway, I want to thank you for being 100. I want to thank you for letting me talk here. I have a great guest next week. It's already recorded, and we talk all kinds of digestive health. It is just cool. So keep chasing your dreams, being the best you. Don't die rusty. Thank you for making it 100. Keep listening and just keep being you. Love y'all. I want to thank you for listening to this episode of the Don't Die Rusty podcast. And if you would be so kind to give us a review, a like, a share, and a subscribe, that'd be wonderful, and I would greatly appreciate it. And if you would like to follow us on Facebook, we're at Don't Die Rusty. If you'd like to follow us on Instagram, it's at Don't Die Rusty. And if you would like to get in contact with me, it's rick@don'tdierusty.com. And I just want to say I appreciate everybody listening, and as usual, keep chasing your dreams, being the best you, and don't die rusty.